What is up, guys? It is Saturday after all. You get to hear me rant for about 10 minutes before I go live life and get the fuck off YouTube for the day. Anyways, projects in the works. Um, Doing a Kyle Rittenhouse, Kenosha, Wisconsin breakdown. Some of the things that Kyle Rittenhouse did, how he handled himself in that situation, especially the part where he was running and then he fell, he's prone, they were trying to attack him, how he handled it. I was watching this, and I was really impressed because, and I don't know if he did it on purpose, but there was some stuff in there he did dead on, as you should if you're in a prone position. Um, he's a 17-year-old kid, man, and he already smoked two bad guys. How do you live up to that? I mean, unfortunately, then there's the third piece of shit that was a felon that was pointing a gun at him. And I think about this all of the time. Kyle Rittenhouse is a nice kid. He's a totally nice kid because he would have kept shooting until that guy was gone. If somebody's holding a gun up to you, anybody trained in military law enforcement knows damn well you shoot them once, you need to smoke them and make sure they can't pick that gun back up and that threat is maintained and taken care of. But, because if I was Kyle Rittenhouse, for starters, he popped him, he got up on one knee, he assessed, if you look around, his leg was tucked perfectly behind in a kneeling shooting position, and then he got up and booked it and left. And, it's crazy to think what people are capable of doing when they're in situations like that. Like I said, not like he had military or law enforcement training or anything like that as far as that goes. Maybe it's just sure 100% coincidence. And yes, I do have kids running, but I don't know, man. It's pretty interesting breaking it down. I was looking at, some of the ballistics and like distance and, any type of forensic. In the beginning, there was the guy that basically started reaching for Kyle's rifle or something along that line, that Rosenbaum. Now he's a complete scumbag, chomo, multiple sexual assault charges, drugs, you name it, total winner in life. Dumb enough to try to grab a rifle out of somebody's hands, and Kyle took off. This dude's chasing him. Well, who the hell runs after a person with a gun? And I guess this dude thought Kyle Rittenhouse wasn't capable, but Kyle, screw that, turned around about 4 feet away, pumped 4 rounds into that scumbag, and then kept going. It's not like he was staying there trying to shoot tons and tons of people. He was trying to protect himself and get away from them. So, then he trips. He's in that prone position on the ground. You've got a guy jump kicking. You've got the skateboard. You've got all of that stuff. Kyle pops that dude. That guy goes off over to the side, dies. And then you have that scumbag Gage Garush. I can never say his name, but he's a total tool bag who likes Antifa. And that piece of shit comes over. He's got his Glock 26 out, pointed right at Kyle. Kyle hurried and racked it. Boom, shot him in the arm, and that's where it was at. See, myself, I would have gone Mozambique drill style. I would have popped him twice more in the chest as he was backing up and once in the head, dude, because that guy was a huge threat to him. That's the one thing, you don't, if there's a threat and they're shooting at you or they pulled a gun on you and you just shot them, you keep shooting until they're dead, or at least they can't get a hold of a firearm. Because the other thing to worry about as well, somebody else could have came by and picked the firearm up. And now this dude, for starters, he's not even supposed to be having firearms. He's a felon. And in court, he was bullshitting and lying through his teeth on the stand. I remember specifically saying, oh, well, I carry a Glock 26. I had one, I can keep it concealed carry and swell in my back. Well, guess what, dude? You're not supposed to have guns. There's no way you have a concealed carry permit. We'll go over the Kenosha gun laws later on. But, the guy's a complete scumbag. The guy later on, he's caught by somebody saying, I wish I would have killed Kyle Rittenhouse. I should have. And it's so here's this volunteer that wants to help protesters who were injured and provide paramedic services or EMT services or whatnot, who said Rittenhouse was the monster and that he had never pointed the gun at him in the first place, even though you and I know, everybody that has the internet has seen the video of him approaching with that pistol pointed at him. It's just interesting to me that people would even consider this dude's testimony on the stand. He's the biggest piece of shit ever. You know, my question is, how come he's never been charged with possession of a firearm? I mean, look at his record. Dude was a total scumbag. In fact, he had actually gotten a DUI right before the trial hearings and everything for Kyle Rittenhouse were to take place. Then, he lies to people and says he wasn't part of Antifa. Then, come to see out, he's out there, he's got his sling on from when he got shot, yelling, the revolution, and all sorts of bullshit like that. Total winner, total winner. And and one thing for certain, and this is just my opinion again, this is educational and entertainment purposes, guys. Okay, kid with a carbine, he's racking it. That's your opportunity. And if I was in that position, I just watched a dude shoot two dudes or whatnot, regardless right or wrong, and I was approaching him, and he's holding an AR-15, I would have started shooting immediately, dude. That guy, that's where his mistake was, because Kyle could have been a threat to him. But at the same time, this guy being the threat to Kyle was nice enough to just shoot him in the arm, man. I would have totally just popped him and called it good. But he had every right to shoot that dude too. I mean, you don't pull a gun on somebody, man, unless you're going to use it. And, let that be an eye opener. But yeah, I got all sorts of stuff coming out for that. I'm going to head out to the range probably later today and try to do some live kind of reenactment shooting, 4-foot distances, prone position, trying to get back into control of a situation after you're made vulnerable from tripping or something like that, because that stuff does happen. And, a lot of these types of drills, when people are, in combat or engaged in a gunfight, you run, you walk, you slip. It's easy to slip and fall. It's easy to get knocked over. It's easy somebody shoots you in the leg and you drop down. Training your body and your mind to subconsciously get a hold of yourself and try to get back into control of the situation. It's important. It looks funny, some of the drills, but subconsciously later on, you might be doing these drills and thinking they're stupid, and all of a sudden, holy shit, these drills actually do work. Or they wouldn't do them. I mean, it's just a lot of repetition with firearm training and safety. But the thing I just really want to figure out though is Kyle Rittenhouse he's a civilian, man. And just coincidentally, he did all those things. But anyways, I'll have the content coming out on that. It's not as relevant on account of, this was back in 2021. But I don't know, I just find it interesting. A 17-year-old boy with no training, he's a sweet kid, he's a nice dude, he's out there cleaning up graffiti and shit. The only mistake he ever made was just going out to Kenosha, but he didn't think he was going to really get into a gunfight or get chased down by an angry mob. But 17-year-old's got balls, man. I'll tell you what, he has got some cojones. I don't care what people say about him. I think Rittenhouse is a hero in my opinion, but there's that. Other funny things going on. I'll be dropping some funny cameo shorts or whatever, gun tubers that do cameos, and one of them is Get Well, or because you've got all these stupid celebrities, and you can tell which ones are the wash-ups. Your Andy Dicks, your Corey Feldman, all those type of scumbags that have no money because they either snorted it up their nose or I don't know, who knows what else. But I watched some of these, and Corey Feldman, the just asshole egotistical shit he says, even though basically he's broken doing these for money. He's like, oh, hey, yeah, your friend told me to call you happy birthday. Sorry, it was late. I know your birthday was last week and I didn't get this done till tomorrow. And you made me a bracelet, because you're one of my fans and all that stuff. And I would wear the bracelet if I kept it for 30 seconds on here while I talk to you. What a complete prick, man. And I was just like, is this dude trolling all of us? Is he making this shit up and just really, is he really that unaware, or is he just fucking with us, man? Because he's been doing it for a long time, and I just think, why would anybody want a cameo in this tool bag? But, it's just Corey Feldman, man. Scumbag galore. Andy Dick is the biggest degenerate. I don't know why anybody would want a cameo from him. He's sexually assaulted more people than, well, who knows? I can't remember how many times he got arrested for disorderly conduct and all sorts of crap throughout the 90s and early 2000s. But, you know, I just kind of making fun of some stupid wash-up celebrities. You know, they're scumbags. It's funny, but not to mention some humor. Get some humor in the gun community. I mean, we've got guys doing reaction videos like crazy, and they're kind of worn out, man. Come up with some new stuff to get some laughs out there, get people educated too. But anyways, guys, it's pheasant still. I tried to go fishing this morning. I was like, do I go pheasant hunting or do I go fishing? And man, I went fishing, cold as hell. So hopefully maybe today I'll go get some roosters shot or something. But that's the rant. Tomorrow, Single Shot Sunday, we'll get more into detail on the Rittenhouse situation. You know, I tried emailing, God, when was it? Back in 2002, I emailed the law firm that handled Kyle Rittenhouse's case and defended him, but they never really responded back. I was kind of bummed. I was hoping it'd be cool to get like an interview with one of the attorneys, but I think it'd be interesting. I mean, those guys, his attorneys did a fantastic job of presenting the evidence to the jury, you know, getting Kyle Rittenhouse acquitted of murder. And especially one that was very public, one that is recorded and documented, but that recording and documentation, that also saved him from going to prison, I think, because it's flat out self-defense. They've had all the examiners, everything like that. So, you know, it's, as much as we all say, oh man, you can't get away with shit anymore with social media and cameras and all that stuff, at the same time, they can get you acquitted when you aren't committing crimes. So it's nice to see that on occasion. But anyways, guys, Saturday, enjoy your weekend. Single shot tomorrow, more detail, all that good stuff. If you guys are curious, if you actually want to type in the chat on my lives or whatever, replay crew, doesn't matter to me, but my lives, usually I do them on Sundays, roughly about 8 o'clock Central Time. So for all you East Coast people, 9 o'clock, and everybody else, 7 and 6. So take care, guys.